We are less than a week from Titans training camp, and you got a running back joining the team ahead of it. Welcome into Titans Today by Chat Sports. I am your host, Brett Alper. And the Titans, they made a signing. They had an open roster spot and said, we're going to fill it with a running back. They're signing the former Saints running back, Jordan Mims, to not a 1, but a 2-year contract. We'll break that all down, but this is why we're making the video, and this is why you subscribe. When the Titans make a move, even if it's a small signing, we got you covered. So go ahead, if you want the Titans coverage all throughout the offseason. We are also just about 100 subs away from a huge milestone, 11,000. So make sure you subscribe right now to Titans Today. So Jordan Schultz, he was the one to break the story. He said this morning at about 9:50 a.m., and that the Titans are adding depth to their backfield, agreeing to a 2-year deal with the former Fresno State running back. And he was with the Saints the last 2 seasons, kind of just bouncing back and forth between the practice squad before fully proving himself and making the roster for the rest of the year. I mean, his stats didn't really kind of pop out to you that much, only 20 carries, 70 yards. But when you kind of just look at the Titans running back room, it's something that that they could have used. I talk about it, that you need a ground and pound running back, and at 6 foot, 205 pounds, a little speed and a little strength, he actually works. For Jordan Mims, I mean, his resume really isn't kind of just that big, gigantic resume. He was a 2023 UDFA, and he's still in the league 2 years later. He was with the Saints for 2 seasons, but he kind of broke out while his last year at college at Fresno State. And I'll just say this, to say the least, he really didn't get much of a true chance with the New Orleans Saints. I mean, if you look at kind of their running back room, you had Alvin Kamara, you had Keandre Miller, and then Jamal Williams. Like, this was their depth chart from last season. And when you see Jordan Mims all the way at the bottom, and you're 4th on the depth chart, how are you going to get any sort of playing time? How are you going to really prove yourself when you have a great back like Alvin Kamara? You have Jamal Williams, which is proven, and Keandre Miller, who's kind of just growing into that very good running back piece for the New Orleans Saints. So it was kind of time for just the Saints to move on from Jordan Mims, and the Titans, they took advantage by signing him. I mean, you see, like, only 20 carries in 2024 for 70 yards, 3.5 average. He is a much better pass-catching back than you see. I mean, he had multiple grabs. Like, that's where his main role was with the Saints, as he's going to go out and catch. And that's what the Titans could use. I mean, you have Tajay Spears, you have Tony Pollard as your pass catchers, but it's always good to have depth. But I'm not really sure if he's even going to make this roster. That's the one thing that I'll say before we break that all down. But I'll ask you guys, what do you think of the signing? Grade the Jordan Mims signing. Go down in the comments right now. A, B, C, D, or F. Let me know. What do you think? Because I think I would probably give this one, I'd give it a C+. I want to see the Titans sign a linebacker. You need a lot of linebacker depth on this roster. And for Jordan Mims as a running back, I don't know where he fits on this roster, because you have Tony Pollard, you have Tajay Spears. Julius Chestnut is not leaving this team because he is a special teams specialist. And then you drafted Kalel Mullings from Michigan in the 7th round, and he is a tank. And we saw some of him while we had OTAs, while we had rookie and mini camps. Like, it's just, I don't know where Mims fits on this roster. He's not going ahead of Spears. He could go ahead of Julius Chestnut, but Chestnut, like I said, is special teams. He's going to be your kick returner, and then you have Chimere Dike as your punt returner. So where would he fit on this roster? There's not really a spot for him. It's going to be very hard for him to make the roster when I don't think that the Titans are going to keep 5 running backs on the depth chart going into this season, because you look at the stats. I mean, Tajay Spears is your 2nd guy. He's behind Tony Pollard, and people have talked about if they should even trade Tajay Spears. And just with the 84 carries compared to 20, 312 to 70, like even a better average, 4 touchdowns, and then the receptions, 12 catches compared to 30. It's just going to be so hard for Mims to make this roster. But I do like Mike Borgonzi just saying, hey, we'll give him a shot. Why not? we'll give him a shot, and he's going to go into training camp, and we'll find out because August 26th is where that cutoff date is for the 53-man roster. So he's got about a month to prove himself that he's worth to still be in the NFL. We're going to break down also some news. The 49ers gave a gift to the Tennessee Titans and the whole NFL. But we got a deal for you guys, and if you want your Titans hoodies right now, you got to go down in the comments and the second paragraph of the description in that YouTube description of this video to get this deal. You can find Titans hoodies that are up to 65% off, $29.99. Some of them originally $70, and you can get them on sale right now. So if you want to rep the Titans, go down in the description, the second paragraph of the YouTube description, click that link, and you can get your Titans hoodie today. Support the show, and of course, support the Titans. So here's just some really great news. And I made a typo here. It's the second round pick. I read that completely wrong. The third second round pick signed his contract last night after a disagreement with the guaranteed money, and it was Alfred Collins. And this was just an absolute gift from the heavens because they were 30 out of 32 players holding out. And he signed it 4 years, $10 million, and that deal included $9 million guaranteed. About 88% of his contract was guaranteed. And that just completely started a domino effect. I was writing this script earlier this morning, and only 2 guys signed. Well, since Collins signed his contract, there have been multiple guys. Right before we started recording, I saw that Trey Harris, who was holding out, he signed his contract. So since then, we're seeing all the second-round picks getting signed. And what does that mean for the Tennessee Titans? Well, this guy right here, Femi Oladejo, he is one of those people that have yet to sign his rookie contract. So now that everybody starts to sign, you see the dominoes start to fall. At some point, you got time. The rookies don't have to report to training camp until July 22nd, so they have time to get a deal done. And I will say this, Alfred Collins was pick 43, and he had about 88% guaranteed. You go down 9 picks to pick 52. That's where Femi Oladejo is. So the kind of question is, how much money is he truly going to get? That is how much guaranteed money is he going to get? Well, we're seeing, like R.J. Harvey got 47%, and he is picked way down below towards the end of the second round. So the market's kind of just been set for these players to sign. And now that one person has done it, they got that 88% of his contract. Well, you're going to see multiple people sign. And I think Femi Oladejo is probably going to get around, I would say maybe 80% of that guaranteed. If I had to predict it, that would be where I would go for him to get his contract. And now they begin July 22nd. It is July 17th right now. You got 5 days. And we're seeing every single hour on July 17th, Thursday, that someone else is signing. And Femi Oladejo could be signing just as we're making this video right now. So I expect him to get this deal done by next week. The whole entire stress of are these rookies going to hold out is finally starting to die down as everybody is finally signing their deal. Thank goodness, because that would have been very, very annoying if your second-round pick was holding out as a rookie as training camp heads. But when Femi Oladejo finally signs his rookie deal, we got you covered. We're going to make a video, even if it happens 5 minutes after I post this video today. We got you covered with a deal, so that's why you subscribe to Titans Today. And as always, tighten up.